What mistake do you repeat again and again? In my case, all mistakes. First of all, there is something that we need to recognize here. There are two kinds of mistakes: the conscious ones and the unconscious. Because in many moments we do things that are not the more polite, the best things. We act wrong with people without knowing. Is it a mistake yet? Yes, it is. But if you are not conscious about what you are doing, it's difficult for you to understand and to correct yourself. I have dealt with myself my entire life. I was very unconscious, I believe, when I was young. And little by little, I start to notice what I was doing, what I should consider when it comes to considering other people, when it comes to how to treat other people. You know, when you are young, I'm not, I don't want to talk for anyone but me. But when I was young, would be better to say, when I was young, I was very unconscious about things. The only thing that mattered to me when I was young was to do what I want to do. You know something that I thought by at that moment when I was young. I always thought that to other people, if they were uncomfortable or if they did not like of something that I was doing, the only thing that they should do is to tell me, and we could resolve the problem. I could change, do things differently, but it's not as simple as that, unfortunately. Would be better, but this is a very shallow understanding of the reality because people have feelings, and in many moments they don't want to tell to you what are disturbing them, or in other situations even worse, they do not have the courage to talk to you. But you may think, oh no, but what courage someone need just to talk to you. But if you think this right, you understand that it takes courage. In many situations, it takes courage. And I know that I was that way. And for other people, I know that there are people who think these things in a different and better way. But you know something? In a lot of ways, this was good for me. Not when it comes to relationship. I don't know if I can say that, but relationship wise, maybe I can say that. I need to check this out. But relationship wise, this wasn't a good strategy for me. But when it comes to things that I want to do with my life, was very good. Was really a smart move because the situation was the only thing that I did at the time. I was focused on what I want and I go for it, you know, and it was good. And in many occasions, I achieve what I want to achieve, and that was good for me. But when it comes to relationship, oh, a lot of mistakes, and I repeat them many, many times. Now I'm trying to do things in a different way, especially after I become a parent, a dad. I started to try to do things different. And one thing that is especially important for me is the fact that I am a father of two daughters. I realize that if I have two sons, things would be different. The fact that I'm a parent of two daughters, sorry, two daughters, made me think in a different way, made me try to do things in a softer way, more polite, more kind, you know, really understanding that they were different from me. And this was very good for me. Now, today, it's not a fact that today I am able to acknowledge all their needs, everything that they really need to me to acknowledge. But you know something? I was listening to a lecture, and the person was saying that the good parent fail because by failing, he or she prepares their daughter or sons to life. It's a strange thing for one to think. But you see, if you think this way, for example, you are trying to take care of your children the best way that you can. But when you fail, in many occasions, this is going to be the moment where your fail is going to enable them to become better. I was reflecting on this subject that we have our children and we raise them the best that we can. And if everything goes right, they are going to live. And this is good. But at the same time, there is a sadness in it because you are going to be away from them. It's good if they want to see you from time to time, they want to visit you. But there is a component of sadness in this entire picture. Especially after you divorce, you start to think about these things. You know, for example, I I I do not get married again. So I am dedicating myself um, to my daughters. I have a girlfriend, but we decided would that we would stay this way, not getting married. And when you are in a position like this, you think what is going to happen to you when your children leave. And you have to have a good relationship with them. Are you going to be alone? Are you going to be by yourself? Or Are you going to be able to have another relationship, remarriage or something? You know something? I I I have seen many people in the internet saying that they don't want to marry again. But I am not like them. I would be very comfortable being married again. I wonder why this is. It may be that people are now so used to be alone that they prefer not to be around other people. It's interesting for me to think about this way because I always like to think about myself like a self-made man, like an independent person, like someone who is very proactive and that have built his life. I always like to think that I put my life together with my own means, with my strength. But you know something? Having someone to share your life, it's something very good. But I don't know, I may be wrong. Maybe, maybe I am too weak to be alone. I don't know. Maybe would be better to be alone and would be better if you find contentment in your own company. For me, I really like to be with other people and like to have a partner in life, a companion, someone to be with. I don't know, my friends. Maybe I'm watching a lot of channels of people who are single with my age, older than me. Maybe it's possible that getting divorced damaged these people so deeply, so deep emotionally, that maybe they don't want to be involved anymore with other people. Maybe that's the truth. I don't know. In my case, I live in good terms with my ex-wife. Everything is good. We agree about our daughters, and I would be perfectly okay to getting married again or having relationships. But maybe it may be a weakness from my part. But it's difficult for me to picture myself 100% alone. Not for a while. For a while I could be. Wouldn't be a problem for me. But you know something? If I was single for a while, I would be surrounded by friends. I would go to hiking every weekend, go cycling with different people. So, for someone who likes to think about himself as a self made man, as someone who is proactive and independent, maybe I feel too much need to be around other people. I was just willing to share these reflections, feelings with you guys, because maybe someone may feel alike this way that I'm feeling right now. And would be good to know that there is someone, even though it is in another part of the world, that feels the same way. All right, my friends, this is all that I have for you today. Thank you all for tuning in, and I see you in the next video.